Let's start with a focus on a particular WikiLeaks document. So we just heard Solicitor General Griswold's claim made to the Supreme Court about the damage that would be done to the United States in connection with their publication, the fact that he later withdrew that. Now, today, the Obama administration at various levels has stated that the WikiLeaks publications threaten the lives and well-being of American diplomats around the world. They also present a threat to sources, individuals who've come forward and provided information to U.S. diplomats. They say that they undermine our ability to conduct diplomatic relations with nations around the world, and they threaten our military and our military's posture, so that they undermine the nation's security. So with that background, I'd like to start by focusing in on just one cable. And I'd like to look at a cable from December of 2009 issued by the U.S. Embassy in Tokyo, Japan. And this cable presents the embassy's concerns about the Japanese nuclear power industry. And at its core, it states that an international delegation from the IAEA had visited Japan, examined the reactors, and concluded and advised the Japanese government that it was extremely concerned about the safety of the principal nuclear reactor design, specifically focusing on a group of nuclear reactors located 100 miles north of Tokyo, which the inspectors concluded faced severe danger in the event of serious seismic activity. That information was not known to the people of Japan, was not known in the United States, came out as a result of the WikiLeaks publications, and I should note, came out as a result of its publication in England by the Telegraph, not by an American newspaper. So I'd like you to just let's look at this particular issue about nuclear safety, and let's weigh the pluses and minuses. You know, why did the U.S. government believe it should hold this secret, and did the world benefit net from this secrecy?
Well, we can look at why the United States wanted this to be secret, undoubtedly to keep from embarrassing our ally. And why did it have to be kept secret in order not to embarrass the ally? Because nothing is more secret, I say as somebody who spent years in the government and more years as a consultant, nothing is more secret than evidence that later, retrospectively, would lead to accountability, which would lead to embarrassment, which would be a basis for blame, possibly for culpability, criminal prosecution, for losing office, for furnishing material to an ally, to a rival, not an ally, to a rival. Avoiding blame is sort of the major number one principle of the bureaucracy, or of a politician, for that matter. So in this case, almost nothing is more secret than a warning within the government that a given policy which is going to be followed might be dangerous or criminal or wrong, reckless, especially in particular a warning that is rejected, that is ignored. If you can say, yes, we acted on that warning, I think the story, then it's not secret. You get credit for acting on it. I think the story you're quoting that I read said, a question might be raised as to whether the Japanese government's reaction to this, which was to do nothing, was adequate. Well, that question has an answer, actually, at this point, and it explains why information like that, of many nature, in national security and otherwise, has to be secret, even if at the time it looks harmless. It might turn out that the warning was right and it was ignored. It might turn out that the alternative policy that was proposed would have been better. And that is exactly what has most to be secret. I would say that most secrecy in all governments, but let me speak for our own, most secrecy is not directed at keeping secrets from external nations, enemies or allies or otherwise. It is to keep secrets from our American Congress, public courts. They're the ones who have the votes and who vote the budgets and who might possibly prosecute, and the ones whose blame is to be feared. So the Japanese would keep a similar warning to us, let's say, about British petroleum. They would nicely keep that secret for us, just as we wouldn't want that out. And of course, there were warnings. I've gotten so interested, having been involved in several major catastrophes of policy, specifically the Vietnam in particular, but also the buildup of our nuclear weapons over the years, a slow-running catastrophe, which hasn't fully been realized yet, but is nevertheless criminal